Today, I'm going to be recreating 5 iconic fight scenes from the original 1979 Gundam anime. And the Gunpla I'll be posing to recreate these iconic scenes is the no-grade RX-78 Gundam from the Gundam Factory Yokohama, and the HGU Seabrib 5 Char's Zaku 2. These kits have all the accessories I'll need to recreate these scenes. Mobile Suit Gundam first aired in 1979, and the very first battle introduces us to Amuro Ray as he takes on 2 Zaku Mobile Suits. In this battle alone, we get 2 iconic Gundam poses. So first, let's try to recreate this leaping slashing pose. To recreate the scene, I started by posing the legs and bending one of the knees. Then I twisted the torso and lined up the arms according to the reference. Then we have to swap out one of the gripping hands for the open hands, and of course, we can't forget the beam saber. This iconic Gundam pose captures Amuro's first ever battle. After slashing a Zaku in half, the Gundam lands in this epic kneeling pose. And this is the next pose that we will try to recreate. To get this pose right, I had to set the legs in the proper position to get him in this kneeling pose. I had to bend one of the knees backwards and bend the other knees forward. For the arms, I pushed the arm with the open hands backwards and brought down the beam saber arm. Twist and bend the torso downwards for more dramatic effect, and we have recreated this iconic Gundam pose. The original 1979 Mobile Suit Gundam anime also gave us one of the greatest rivalries in anime history, the clash between Amuro Ray and Char Aznavour, the Red Comet. Char pilots a custom red Zaku 2 that can move 3 times faster than a regular Zaku. So we are going to recreate this pose from the very first battle between Char and Amuro. This pose captures the speed and mobility of Char's Zaku, which allowed him to easily outmaneuver the Gundam. The main challenge for this pose was getting both arms to grab the drum machine gun and position them properly. I found it way easier to pop both of the hands off and attach them to the drum machine gun. The next problem was finding the right angle for both arms to attach back the hands. It was definitely a struggle, but once that's done, the rest of the pose is pretty simple. During this part of the anime, Char was clearly the superior pilot, but Amuro had the superior mobile suit. These two fought several times in the anime, so next, let's recreate poses where these two mobile suits are battling it out. In this scene, Char is using his speed advantage to ram the Gundam using the spiked shoulder of the Zaku. To recreate this pose, I made sure Char's Zaku is in a compact pose, and of course, we want to highlight the spiked armor piece of the Zaku. Thanks to the great articulation of this kit, you can really pull the arm joint way forwards. Next, we have to pose the Gundam with its shield, leaning back and bracing the impact of the tackle. Char was clearly the superior pilot at the time, but we can't ignore the fact that Amuro was able to keep up despite having very little pilot experience. Amuro was still able to react to Char's attack and raise the shield just in time. But unfortunately, he was not prepared for the next attack, the iconic Char Kick. This is one of the most iconic scenes in Gundam. If you think about Char's Zaku and the Granddaddy Gundam, you can never forget this moment. To recreate this iconic moment, I first posed Char's Zaku's legs, kicking one leg up and bending the other. Then for the upper body, twist the torso and align the arms. With Char's Zaku 2 ready, it's time to pose the Gundam. The Gundam pose is way easier. Just bend the torso where Char's kick would land and align the limbs to the reference. We just have to keep in mind that the Gundam's pose should illustrate the force and impact of Char's kick. And there we have it, the iconic Char kick. Whenever I think about these two mobile suits, this is the pose that comes to my mind. Recreating these iconic Gundam scenes with Gunpla and analyzing them frame by frame made me realize that every pose has a purpose. There's an intent behind every movement, the position of the arms, the legs, and the torso. And bringing that intentionality into my displays has made them feel far more dynamic and expressive, with each pose telling a story instead of simply standing on my shelf. So if you ever wanted to make your display feel more dynamic and more memorable, I definitely recommend using your favorite moments from the anime as inspiration. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more Gunpla content. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.